Good morning. How are you? How is everybody? This is a makeup session for Monday. I was not able to be here to do this for my Monday master study, so I'm doing it today. I'm doing Lucian Freud, he works in very angular shapes. He works with the planes of the face, and whoops, I just blew it up. Yeah. Let me first cover the colors because I just dug them out and made sure I had the right colors. Burnt umber, yellow ochre, ultramarine blue. You had a choice between alizarin crimson and a cad red. I decided to go with alizarin crimson primarily because it was already on my palette and I knew exactly what it was. This very sad tube of Payne's Gray, which is probably a good 20 years old, but seems to be just fine. Right there. And what else did we have? Titanium white. I think that's it. He was the grandson of Sigmund Freud. I'm just looking here. Let's see. I even looked up like the formulas. Start with the burnt umber. And what's sad is now I'm forgetting which is which. I think this was the burnt umber. No, that's the burnt sienna. Yeah. It was a really dark. Let's see if that'll jar my mind. Anywho's, it's start with a little bit of this white. I think that's burnt or raw sienna. Yep. And burnt umber. And just a little bit of yellow ochre. Very basic skin tone for Caucasian. I made it too dark there for what he's got, so we'll cut in some white to it. He is known for his figurative work. I should have brought the book in here. Okay, that's good enough. Then we're going to use the cad or alizarin to add a little warmth to it, warm red, and then either ultramarine blue or Payne's Gray to kind of cool it down. You don't blend your colors a whole lot because let me get that off there. His brush strokes and all are really rough. You see them. Let me put this on the screen. I don't know why I didn't do that. Let me do that real quick. I'm going to get the reference photo. I've got it here. So how's everybody doing this morning? What's going on? I don't know what the turnout today is going to be like because I'm doing this on a different day. But Monday just was not a day for me to be streaming. I'm working on getting it. It's there. I just have to resize it. If you've seen any of Leonard Nimoy's artwork, his looks like, to me, like he was deeply influenced by Lucian Freud. There we go. There he is. This is a self-portrait. It's a detail of a self-portrait. If you look at it, it's very monochromatic. There's not a whole lot of variations aside from the yellowish flesh tone, this is a brush I'm going to be using at first. I don't know. It's I broke it and it's been repaired. So let's hope it works. If you have any questions or anything, I did go ahead and sketch this out this time. Usually I don't do that, but because I was doing, well, anyway, it cut out some stress. So I've got a reference photo up here on my iPad, and I'll use it to work from. This is not a copy, it is a study. I'm looking for my white because I know I'm going to need more white. If it's your first time here, I do tend to use a lot of the Gamblin 1980. It just, I like the quality and the price. And its availability. You can get it at like Michael's in nice little sets. So I'm looking on here. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna lay in some of his dark tones, and I'm not going to add any walnut oil, which I've got a little container of up here that I use as a medium. It tends to work a lot in planes, like flat shapes put together. I'm going to mix a little of that in there. This is probably going to take a couple layers in order to get it the way that he has it. And I'm okay with that. There's a dark spot right there. His ear, I'm laying the base colors, so these aren't going to be exact. They'll be just the overall tone to build off of. Let's go ahead and do his other ear while I've got that color on my, even though it's a little lighter. Come on, baby. I'm gonna need to do another portrait after this with all these light, fleshy tones. I don't want this to be impressionistic. I want the planes to actually show. And I'm saying that not only to let you know, but to let me know that's what I need to do. I really like his work. I have a rather large reference book on him that is amazing. I love just looking at the cover even is just like gives a little bit of delight. You know how some books just white in there. So far this brush is holding up for one that's been broken. That's pretty darn good. That's got more of a yellow in it up here. This was probably not the best day to do this makeup stream because there's a couple of streams that I wish I could be watching right now. I'm not trying to make you leave. I'm just there's some amazing people on YouTube. We are so fortunate to have it. When I was searching through my paints, I did find one of those, those really thin, long tubes that they used to sell. Excuse me. A lot of paint with. And I don't know if I'm excuse me. I don't know if I want to use it because you just never see those little tubes like that in name brands. I don't anyway. And this is more yellow. There's not much happening in our neck of the woods. Just doing a cool shadow for that reflection under his nose. I probably carried that up a little too far, but that's okay. That was a bit much. It's really hot here in Kansas, so I'm glad I'm inside painting and not trying to do some plein air work today. It is warm. This is just laying down the base colors, so I will be going back over it with more detail, and that's when it starts getting more interesting, I think, for a lot of people, is when I start adding the detail and when they can actually see more what it is that is going on. Because right now it just looks like a bunch of I think I've got the colors correct. Close. I've got them close enough. Let's see if we can get some of his eyes on there, because usually that's... I think they use just a little bit of ultramarine blue. Come on, ultramarine. There you go. Yeah, that's probably too bright, but we'll darken it. We'll darken her, neutralize it a little bit. There we go. Just use some of that burnt umber to tone it down. Yeah. Too much red in it. I have not painted in oils this week, so this is a nice, this is nice, yeah. I still need to make my plans for the rest of the year as far as what I'm painting and painting goals, and if we're going to continue with the Master Study Monday. I enjoy it. I get a lot out of it, but at the same time, I have a number of pieces that I need to get ready, and I'm not sure if they fall into there. This is going to look wild a bit before it gets to the good part. It's one of those where you have to trust the process. I'm not only telling you that, I'm telling me that too. I'm just marking the planes. I'm not being exact. And in areas where I will go back over. I'll get a smaller brush out here in a little bit. He looks very angry, doesn't he? Oh my goodness. I'm just filling that in so that I don't have to look at that scowl. It is because I'm using the paint straight from the tube, or only just using mineral spirits, I'll be able to go over with mineral spirits and, or not mineral spirits, walnut oil in my colors. gonna look a lot worse before it gets better. He worked much like a sculptor in that he was focused more on the planes of the face than sorry, I get into this. That looks a lot redder on screen than it does on mine, but I'll try and tone it down here a little bit. I'll neutralize that. That reddish up to it. This is just laying in the basics, and now I'll go back through and make sure like that has more of a curve to it. Hey, what are you up to, Pierre? You're fine. It seems weird doing it on a Wednesday. And I know I shouldn't mention it because business-wise it's just not smart. But I'm going to go ahead and mention it anyway because I know you can rewatch this, you personally. David Kaysen was live when I came on. Not that I want you to leave. It's just I know we both are fans. I figured I'd watch his later. Well, I know I'll watch his later. Hi, Horizon. What are you doing? Boy, he looks evil there, doesn't he? Looks like he's growling. This is a self-portrait, a detail of a self-portrait. He's nude in it, and he has, he's holding a paintbrush, I believe. I'm going to do as much as I can with this brush, and then I will switch over to a more detailed brush to get some of these. I went through my palette earlier that was trying to get as close to his. You're sweating. Oh my goodness, in Maine. Oh, I feel for you. Yeah, in Kansas, we're more used to it. Maybe not in June, but I should put gloves on, at least on my left hand. So I just took a drink of my coffee and my hand smelled like mineral spirits. So let's put a glove on and seal it onto my hands. I switched over to a smaller brush. I did record a video about these brushes, but I haven't edited it. It's on my agenda. Yeah, it's only been a half an hour, so it's not going to be anything to write home with yet. I do need to do some timed portraits, though. Horizon and Pierre are here at least semi-regularly. I think Pierre's here pretty much every time, thankfully. But I need to figure out my goals and things for the next running up against a wall. Hubby has been no help. He's one of those of, well, just do whatever you want. No. Which is good. I mean, he's not, dictating. I'm not complaining about him in the least. I need to figure it out. I haven't even put up my sprints for my other channel, and usually I have them up by now. I run Pomodoro sprints on my other channel on Tuesdays and Thursday afternoons. I'm painting a triptych of skulls and plants. I'm on the third. Ooh, that sounds, oh yeah, that sounds like something you would really enjoy. I want to see. Horizon is a digital artist and does amazing work, by the way. Let's get his eyes in here so he doesn't look like he's so evil. Oops. Looks like there's much more yellow ochre on it, doesn't it, than what I've got. Let's add a little just here and there, and that goes up. I did go searching through my paints to find the right palette colors in order to work close to his, and I realized there are some basic colors I am really short on, which is good because that means I've been painting enough to be using up my supplies. But it's, oh, Pierre, did you get that book yet? That one on color? I just wanted to know what you thought about it, because I ordered it yesterday. I broke down. There's a book called Oil Painter's Guide to Color, I believe it is. And we were both looking at it. But yeah, I ordered it yesterday. And it's not even here yet. Joke. It is already absorbed into the paper. And this paper is gessoed, by the way. Looks like I'll be able to go over it with the mineral or the walnut oil without trouble. See how that's not moving much underneath there. Just realized there's like a purple hue in the background. I have more information on Freud in my notes. I didn't get to earlier. Excuse me. I want to blame allergies. Let's go a little lighter there. I love ears when the light shines through and you get that glow. It's just, I don't know what it is about it. I know you can't see my whole palette on the screen because I've got the reference. I don't like that alizarin crimson on there. It's not earthy enough. It looks too... It just looks too, yeah, artificial in comparison to his other colors. I don't like it. Yeah, I know, I just made his mouth very crooked. But we can fix that without a whole lot of trouble. I'm going to use the burnt sienna more for the red tones. than that alizarin. It said alizarin on the palette colors, but that's definitely not what's here. Not unless I want him to look. Ooh, pretty funky. Now some of these brush strokes I definitely will not be able to emulate. I just keep reminding myself it's a study. It's not a copy. So if you've been here, you've heard me say that repeatedly. Oh, I had some of my merch come. 2 of my mugs. I have not opened them. I thought I'd do a quick live and do it so you can, if anybody's interested, they'll actually have a video to refer to say, oh, that's okay. That's what that is. And if it's, yeah, you'll be able to actually see it with an honest review. Because I don't want you to buy something of the merch and then be like, we all work too hard for our money. In my opinion. To waste it. And if Pierre, if you're driving or you're watching the replay, if you could let me know what you think about that book, that would be great. Or if you haven't even looked at it yet. I'm really curious about it. Mine is supposed to be here, I think it's Sunday. I haven't even gone through all the books that I bought the other day. So I don't know what possessed me to go ahead and... Oh, I know what it was. I was looking at artwork for inspiration, and I saw some that were, they were amazing. And I was like, how did they get that color palette? So my mind went directly to that book. I guess I'll find out if it is what I need. And I know that's much lighter than I need, but I need to get some of that value in there. Or, yeah, I need to get some paint down in there. That's going to help me with these planes that he's got. Looks weird, but there's a method to my madness, I swear. I really like how he uses the planes of the face and of the figure, how he just breaks it down in a very analytical way. It's just, I don't know. That white area there was to help me see the big shape so I can break it down a little better. So there's a thing right there. And that comes down. I almost dipped into my mineral or my walnut oil. I think that goes higher. Oops, didn't go that far. Oops, too much. I think I'm finished with the 3, which means I'm likely not. Do you like working in triptychs and diptychs? Or which one is my... Oop. I thought that was a drop of mineral oil or mineral spirits or something, but it wasn't. I think it was a drip off of my iced coffee. I find his neutral palette really interesting in a good way. With just a few basic colors, he's able to do I understand that. I think the last time I did a triptych, what was it? I know I did one for 9/11. It's that long ago. I'm thinking I did something. His neck looks really peachy on the screen, and it's not to my eyes. Oops. I intentionally did not watch any news this morning, so I have no idea what's going on in the world yet today. Oops. Get rid of some of my... And when I'm looking at it, I can see the side, that edge of the nose is lined up with the mouth, side of the mouth like it's supposed to be. And that does have a little reddish in it. That's burnt sienna. Yep, I need to start using a little mineral, or gosh, why do I keep calling it that? A little bit more of, or you start using the walnut oil. Oh, it's awesome you're doing some artwork just for you. Seems like there's always something else to do. Okay, I'm going to start using a little bit of the walnut oil. Going fat over lean. That little hook right there reminds me of Nightmare Before Christmas. I see I'm not straight on the... That should be straighter. I think this is wider. My website has been updated with the 3 images. Oh, okay. Pop in. Ooh, nice. Oh wow, that's cool. That is really cool. You know what? Now I'm looking at the screen in YouTube of mine too, and it's so much paler than what is on mine. I wonder why. Oh well, I'm gonna pull it back up because that was enlightening. I need much more dark areas. That is really cool. I'll have to show that to my husband. He'd like that too. So what are you going to do with it now? Ooh, that looks like he's got a horn on there, doesn't it? That was not my intention. Just trying to make my darkers darker. Add a little more contrast. There's so many little, I know I keep using the word subtle. But it's true. like to get annoyed with it and move on. I like it. I think it'd be cool on a t-shirt or something like that. Yeah, the color is way off. When you look at the monitor, it just looks, yeah, he looks really washed out and sad. He looks sad. I will try to fix that. Get all the chroma up a little bit. Oh, there you go. See, all I have on my walls are things that are drying, essentially. They're not really things that I'm like, ah. All these studies are in notebooks. So dang it, I made one of the skulls. Oh, bummer. I don't do digital art. Is that going to be a pain in the butt to fix? This is too light. I really need to do a lot of work on the eyes. He's got that hanging down eyelid like some of us have. Whoa. Oh, it was just the paper, honey. Poncho jumped. Oops, some paper fell over. It's a roll. This is a Payne's gray. FYI. His eyes are not, done real tightly. It's done just like the rest of it, and is very painterly. I'm trying to get it similar to what he has, because the eyes are so important. I think I'm going to take a college class on oil. Medium to use. Use tons. Oh, that sounds awesome. Do you have a, do you know where you're going to take it at? I know some colleges won't teach oil because of they're afraid of the toxicity, which isn't really, it's no more than a lot of other things. I know the community college that I used to teach at, we couldn't teach oils. Well, I take that back, because someone did, but she taught it off campus. She was awesome too. I mean, amazing. She went to is it Pennsylvania's? In my opinion, if you just don't overload yourself, I tend to paint alla prima and do it all at one, essentially one layer. I mean, yeah, there was but as long as you I don't know what I was getting ready to say. For me, it was wanting to know if I wanted the paint to dry slower or faster. I wanted it to dry slower. So that's why I started using walnut oil. Plus, a lot of people use walnut oil to clean their brushes. I used to have all kinds of mediums, and I don't anymore. I went on eBay and got a crap load. I don't know if somebody was I'm looking for my mirror. There it is. Because I think the mouth is way off. Yeah. Looks like he's had a stroke. It's over here. But, yeah. I like a long dry time. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. That needs thinned. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I will admit, I kind of like his painting like him, or doing a. But yeah, there's so many things to choose from. It's overwhelming, I think, when you go to a paint supply or an art store. It's like there's just too much. See, when I started, and I know this is going to date me, it was very simple because I just went to like a little hobby store. So they had oil paints, paint thinner, and I think linseed oil. That was it. Back in the Stone Age. I need to just wipe that off. And now they come with like that gel solvent. Abstracts. I don't know. There's a lot of people that are, yeah. You might surprise yourself. You never know. In my opinion. The last time I was at a Hobby Lobby, and it's been a long time. Look in here. There was somebody in line behind me, and they had a huge abstract canvas in their cart, and it was a big circle with a big brush. Just kind of, that was it. And I thought, you could be buying real art from a real person that did that, and instead you're buying it from Hobby Lobby. Now, I have ordered from Hobby Lobby, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but there's a sketchbook, this sketchbook, that it's much less expensive there. And when they have their sale, and I am desperately looking for somebody else to have one, I got the Stillman and Burn, and it's good, but I don't know. There's just something about the paper in these, and I could use some extra study on color theory. Red shadow, yeah, I understand. Yep. I've thought about joining a class just to yeah, get somebody else's input and be around people that paint. But the only ones that are available around here without driving several hours meet like several times a week and not just a one-night thing. I've even thought about going back to teaching. His white areas on here on the screen look blue. I wonder if my no. No. I just changed my temperature a little bit, but it still has kind of like that blue. I guess his just has a bluish gray tone too, but not to that extent. I've even thought about going back to teaching, so I had that exposure to other people, but then I don't want to deal with all the, I want to go there and paint. I know, I'm an odd duck. I think it's awesome that you're doing that, though. I think that's just, yeah. See, this looks like it's too, this part. Maybe it's his eye, too. Community matters. The older I get, the more I try to hide away. Me too. I have to face myself to socialize. See, and I have a meeting tonight on the schedule. And it's with arty people. But I doubt I'm gonna go. Just because I'm gonna be peopled out by then. Well, maybe I could even like come up with like a course for myself. That would make a good YouTube series too. I don't know. Time to think about. Well, and the thing with my responsibilities right now, they're self-imposed. It's not, I don't necessarily have anybody looking over my shoulder saying, you need to do this. So I don't know. I think I got his forehead too high. Sure did. Let's fix that. Because that comes down there. There's a brush there. There. You know, this almost reminds me of like a paint by number. Sorry, Freud. I know that's not how you did it, but I can remember doing paint by numbers as a kid. That was a big source of entertainment. get the little round tubs of paint. He still looks like he has a very big scowl. Instead of just looking. Hey, Poncho. Poncho's on my feet. And these highlights might move numerous times. I'm not using a black or even that Payne's gray in some areas because I want to make sure I have it laid out correct. This over here is way off. Oh, that was me, Poncho. You jumped when I did that. I am going to put the background on here. I just haven't got to it yet. But I will. You use such a limited palette. It's just really, it's amazing what you can do with just a few colors. You need to do a Zorn. I don't think I've done that. There's so many that I've thought of that I want to do. there is I know I just did Sorolla, but not as a master study Monday, but he's got one that's like it's a triptych, in fact. That is a portrait of a person. I may even have it on there. And I'm blown away by it. And then there was, and you'll have to forgive me for pronunciation. See, I can't even say that word. Valid. You know who I mean. I'll have to Google how to pronounce it correctly. Velasquez. Thank you. Thank you, Google. Velasquez. I haven't done any of his or Bouguereau. And I just think I would benefit from doing those. I guess this is my study. This is my self-education right now, are these master studies. I didn't even stop to think about that. If I could afford to, I would go back to school. And if I weren't the age I am, well, I guess that shouldn't matter. But yeah, there's just Velasquez. I wound up with some student loan debt, which is paid off, thank God. But man, it's so expensive. But I'm just remembering. Well, that won't help me though. In our area, I don't know if this is true in other areas, but once you hit 62, and if you've lived in that community, I think it's 6 months, something like that. You can take classes at your community college for free. I'm not 62 yet. But something to keep in mind. This right here is so much darker than what I have. The eyes, or the white areas, are much too light. They stand out, and they shouldn't. Oh my. I did plug it in. I'm going to lose my reference photo on my iPad. Either that, or I have to go without a light. That doesn't help. That didn't make much difference, did it? I think I'll go without that. Did you unplug it? Watch out. Come here. Come here, baby. Come here. No, it's all plugged in. You're okay. You're okay, sweetie. I forget what I was doing now. Oh, eyes. Yeah, see, they don't. I know, well, never mind. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to say something about student loans and retirement. Okay, I have seen where some people are paying the bare minimum on their student loans and then putting the rest of it into a retirement fund, or putting more in a retirement fund, because if you die, your student loans are forgiven, they're gone. But if you pay off your student loans and you have nothing to retire on, not a financial advisor. This area in here, it goes up here. It goes up higher. Yeah, that's my fault. Fortunately, my student loans are taken care of. Hallelujah. And if they weren't, I would not be the only person my age that still had student loans, sadly enough. That's a little better. I think I chased everybody off with my financial talk. God, Ryzen, why'd you go there? Kidding. I need to call my oldest granddaughter today. So the one I have for this coming Monday, I'm trying to think of what it is. The last one I have, which was like a bonus one, I'm not really keen on. And there's, on Bergeron, I was going to do Mrs. Bergeron. I was going to do Jean, what is her name? Because she was a successful painter before they got married. And then she, her work is, yeah, it was like it ceased to exist when they got married. Y'all know we need more women represented. This needs to go up. This one's going to take me a little bit, I think, to get all these shapes and things in there. It's amazing. I know I won't be able to get exact. That's not the goal anyway. But it's just interesting, all these shapes. That are present. And the upper lip's always a little darker because of just nature and how the light shines. This is oops, I didn't need that. Oops, didn't need that either. Yeah, there's a lot of areas that are much darker. Through here, through here. Yeah, the shadows themselves. Oops. Probably should go back to my other brush. That helps some. Oops. Got some alizarin crimson in there.